So the best plan to start back up at the gym again and to lose fat and not bulk up is obviously just to get started back at the gym. So just get started. That's the hardest part. That's the most important part. Get started. From there, it's consistency and adherence. So I'd like you to work out 3 to 4 days per week with a combination of cardio, weightlifting, and body weight movements so that you can build lean muscle, burn body fat, and get in the best shape of your life. Farmer's carries are definitely one of the best exercises you can do, and they're one of my personal favorites. Whether it's with 2 hands or whether it's a single arm farmer's carry, these are gonna be great to build your overall strength. They work the core and the hips a lot in different ranges of motion, and they're just fun. So farmer's carries are definitely one of the best exercises you can do, because again, they work your core, they work your legs, they work your arms, and they get you out of breath. Some of my personal workout or fitness center don'ts, I don't have many. For the most part, if it looks too complicated or too complex, or it looks like you're gonna get hurt, you're either gonna get hurt or it's too complex and too complicated and there's probably no need for it. So here at One Life, in my personal opinion, is that we focus on the exercises that are gonna give us the biggest bang for our buck. So exercises that may seem simple, or for beginners, squats, push-ups, bench presses, sit-ups, planks, or farmer's carries and other exercises like that. So simple exercises that will build our core. They're easy or simple to perform, but they're not easy. And that is what we do here at One Life and my personal favorite exercises. If you did pull-ups every day, 2 things more than likely would happen. 1, you would get really, really good at pull-ups, and maybe nothing else if that's all that you were doing. So we definitely don't recommend that you only do pull-ups every day. Or oftentimes, if you do pull-ups every day or you do too many pull-ups too often, overuse injuries could occur. With pull-ups specifically, could be with the elbow, could be with the shoulders or the back. So personally, I don't recommend that you do pull-ups more than twice per week max. And at One Life and myself, we probably do them 1 time per week. Weightlifting at a young age definitely is not bad for you or your kids. It depends on the age in terms of when I would personally start them, but it's definitely not bad. Okay, bad weightlifting or bad technique or weightlifting at a young age without any experience, without knowing what you're doing, without having a coach there, that is bad. So it's really important, especially for most people, but especially when we're younger, when we have less body awareness and body control, to have a coach when we're doing our exercises or workouts, especially when we're doing weightlifting movements, to make sure that we're doing them safely, correctly, not using too much weight. So that is the most important part if you're young and doing weightlifting. Find a good coach for you or your kid. I don't want to say that you cannot build mass with body weight exercises, but in my opinion, it's unlikely. I know Herschel Walker, who's ripped and jacked, said he did 1,000 push-ups and 1,000 sit-ups every single day, and that's how he got so big and strong. And you know, that's Herschel Walker, one of the best athletes ever, and other people. And I think he even fought MMA at age 50 plus. But in my opinion, you have to lift weights to build mass or to build muscle. You can get strong in moving your body by doing body weight exercises, but in my opinion, by doing a push-up, which is a body weight exercise, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna get stronger in the bench press or that you're gonna build bigger arms. That is just my opinion, and I've found that building mass is much easier when you're doing weightlifting than doing body weight exercises on their own. It's definitely possible for someone to maintain a great physique and health without using steroids. I definitely don't use steroids, never have, never will, and hopefully no one in our gym does. I know nothing about them other than the bad things that I hear, I guess, and I'm just not knowledgeable on them, but I believe that I have a pretty decent physique. I exercise 4 days per week, lift weights, body weight exercises, cardio, and I like to think that I have a good physique and that I'm happy with. And again, I don't do steroids. So you just need to be consistent with your workout. You need to follow a balanced diet, and you definitely then do not need steroids, and I don't recommend them. The best exercises to build muscles in your upper back would be pull-ups or lat pull-downs if you're in a normal gym, or rows, barbell row, bent over barbell row, dumbbell row, and then you could also do some sort of shoulder press exercises. So again, pull-ups, my personal favorite, and rows, and also some shoulder presses. And those would be the best exercises that you can add to your routine 1 to 2 days per week to build the muscles in your upper back. So tall people can definitely do deadlifts, and they're definitely not bad for your back. As a matter of fact, deadlifts strengthen your back. So when done correctly at an appropriate weight and technique, deadlifts will help your back or help your back pain because it helps with flexibility and strengthening. But if you are really tall, deadlifts can be a little bit harder. You have more range of motion that you have to go than, say, myself, who I'm not that tall. So they might be a little bit harder, and you just may have to use a little bit less weight, or it just might take a little more energy for you or a taller person to do a deadlift, but they are definitely not bad for your back. You're definitely not alone in losing fitness so easily when you work out. Everyone loses fitness when they stop working out, especially if you stop working out entirely. So you're definitely not alone in that. And in my opinion, to maintain fitness, you can maintain a really great physique and stay in good shape, depending on who you are and your experience level, if you work out 2 days per week. So 2 days per week can definitely help you maintain your fitness as opposed to losing it. And then we definitely recommend that you work out about 4 days per week to maximize the results that you see if you have the time. So squats definitely work your hamstrings, and they definitely work your calves. They work your whole lower body and your core. So especially a back squat or a front squat with a weighted squat works your legs, your hamstrings, your quads, your glutes, your butt, your lower back, your core, and your calves. So it's definitely one of my favorite exercises and lower body exercises. And we recommend that you do a variety of different squats, probably twice per week, to maximize the hamstrings and calves. And in my opinion, the lower you go, as long as you have that range of motion comfortably, that's where you will get the most hamstring engagement, is going deeper in the squats. Dips are harder than push-ups because they're just harder. When you're doing a dip, you are supporting your whole entire body weight unless your feet are on the ground, and that's kind of not like a full dip, so to speak. With a push-up, your feet are on the ground, your hands are on the ground, so it's not as though you're lifting your whole entire weight against gravity, so to speak. So that might be the answer. Also, it's just a different exercise. So, I'm sure there's someone out there that might be able to do more dips than push-ups. I think most people, I know myself, can do many more push-ups than they can do dips. So it's completely normal if a dip is harder than a push-up. But the fast answer is it's just a different exercise, and different exercises just are harder. That's the reason. So some of the unwritten rules at the gym, and let's just talk about our gym at One Life. Obviously, you gotta be nice to everyone. You have to pay attention, you have to respect the coach. And that's not even unwritten, that's like a written rule. And we're gonna tell you, you just need to respect the gym, you need to respect the coaches and the other people in the gym. That's the main rule at One Life, and probably every gym and in life in general. Just make sure that you are nice to everyone and respect everyone. That's the unwritten rule. And one of the other ones would be to make sure you have fun. That's really important too. So there's no easy answer to how often you should squat each week to gain leg strength. But what I can say is most likely you want to squat at least once per week to gain leg strength. Different programs might have you squatting different amounts of time per week, but the easy answer is make sure that you're squatting once per week, and then you'll get leg strength. And then depending on how often you work out, you may squat 2, maybe even 3 days per week, but at least once per week you should squat to gain leg strength. The most underrated fitness tips, in my opinion, is to hire a coach or a personal trainer. So there's a lot of information for fitness and nutrition out there and workout routines. And the most underrated thing is to join a gym or hire a personal trainer so that they tell you what to do, when to do it, and you can just work out and reap the benefits, the results. So that, in my opinion, is the most underrated fitness tip. Second would be to make sure that you are lifting weights twice per week, and that will give you the best results possible. So find a coach or personal trainer or a group class and make sure that you're lifting weights 2 days per week. So in my opinion, if you don't stretch after exercising, nothing happens. So I am of maybe the minority that believes stretching and traditional stretching is completely overrated. For me, it has not helped in the past, even when I've been very, very consistent on it every single day. So in my opinion, nothing negative is going to happen, and you don't need to stretch after you exercise. But if you do a stretch for 1 to 2 minutes after you work out, and that's general rule of thumb for us, is you should not necessarily stretch for more than 2 minutes at the same stretch. So let's say a hamstring stretch. But nothing negative is gonna happen. So you can stretch, and if you feel a difference or if it makes you feel better, do it. If not, in my opinion, nothing bad is going to happen. You just need to make sure that you properly warm up before working out. So doing a bench press or a push-up or a chest press can affect your stomach fat. Most exercises that we do, if we're doing them correctly, we should be gaining or engaging our core, which will increase, stomach muscles and abs. But chest press definitely isn't the best core exercise. And we can't, unfortunately, target stomach fat specifically. So we just need to focus on following a balanced nutrition plan and diet, and also exercising 4 to 5 days per week, and that will help our stomach muscles the best. But bench presses are awesome. So I got into lifting weights mainly when I was a sophomore in high school for sports. I played football, I wrestled, and I played lacrosse. And it was after my sophomore wrestling season, I was on the smaller side and I just hadn't lifted weights yet. And one of my coaches said, "Hey, you need to lift weights." And so literally from then, so that was like 2001, now it's 2021, so like 20 years, I have been very consistent with weightlifting. I love it. And even from a young age, when I was about 14, 15, I just loved how it made me feel, and I loved improving my body and testing my body and getting stronger. And of course, especially at that age, at age 15, seeing some biceps and some chest muscles and things like that, it's awesome. So that's how I got started lifting weights, was for sports. And now I do it just to have fun and maintain my health and fitness. So I do not know what the most useless exercise machine that I've seen at the gym is. In previous videos, I've said that if it looks too complicated or complex, or if it looks like someone's gonna get hurt, that's probably my answer. Nothing really comes to mind. The most useless exercise machine at the gym. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna say the one that gets used the least amount at the gym is probably the most useless at the gym. So the benefits of stretching, or what people believe they are doing by stretching, is increasing range of motion. That's the goal of stretching, or to just feel like your muscles are less tight and stiff. In my opinion, I feel the best when I do what I call movement, or some exercises that are assisted by weight. Now, by movement, I mean some, bike, a little bit of a plank, and maybe some squats, low intensity. I prefer that over static stretching to increase range of motion and just feel better. And at the same time, if I am looking to improve my hamstring range of motion, or my ability to touch my toes, so to speak, I prefer a deadlift with a light barbell to improve range of motion. And in my experience, I have seen much better improvements from doing those exercises than from traditional stretching. So to get the best results from CrossFit or any exercise routine is to be consistent and adherence to the program. That's the most important. So follow the coach's advice, follow the program, listen to whatever they say, and be consistent. So make sure that you are working out anywhere from 2 to 5 days per week. I like to tell people that 4 days per week is the sweet spot, more than likely. It allows for 4 good workout days, hard workout days, and some nice recovery, maybe some walks, bikes, jogs, whatever. But consistency and adherence is the most important, whether it's CrossFit, lifting weights, bodybuilding, sport-specific training. It's consistency and adherence to the program.